Oh my God, the shock around the world, or mainly in Japan. We're going to talk about that in just a bit, you guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Squared Circle Podcast. Of course, here as always on Spreaker.com, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, TuneIn Radio, IW Nerd, as well as the Satchel Podcast Player for your Android and smartphone, and Mr. NTG1990 on the one and only YouTube. I am, of course, the Squared Circle Podcast champion, Nate the Effing Great, joined here by my co-host and, of course, Beattie Club member, Mr. Max Beattie. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Actually, just got back from seeing a movie.
Oh, which movie?
I saw the new Disney one, Moana, with The Rock.
Oh, well,
The Rock is a demigod, no less.
Well, he's played a god in a lot of movies, but we'll maybe let you handle that in one of your, of course, many review videos that you can check out on Agent Cooper on YouTube. A lot of great reviews, a lot of great ideas, guys. Cheap plug, but at the same time, definitely worth going checking out that channel.
Cough, cough, might be going up tonight. Cough, cough.
Unfortunately, our other co-host, Spencer Hart, could not be here. We had a hard time communicating with him, so he will be sitting out during this time, but we will indeed be talking about the shock in Japan, which was Shinsuke Nakamura regaining the NXT championship at a live house show. Jesus Christ. They did it. Yes, they did it again. This basically happened. This happens twice already this year. Samoa Joe beat Finn Balor in a house show, and now Nakamura's beaten Samoa Joe. Ironically enough, Samoa Joe's involved in both of them. That's insane.
Samoa Joe, he of the house show title change.
Basically. So now the question is, what exactly is going to happen? I mean, we thought that with, Samoa Joe winning the title back, Nakamura was going to get called up. Not a lot of people are saying that possibly with Nakamura winning the title back, maybe Samoa Joe is going to get called up during the Rumble. Oh, honestly, this is like one of those confusing situations where it's like, what's going on? What's happening?
Well, the first thing we need to clear up before we determine that is, okay, so Joe used his rematch. That's how he got the belt back off Nakamura.
Right.
Nakamura picked up the belt here, a separate match cycle, so conceivably Joe's got a rematch in the bank then.
Mm-hmm.
So do they roll with that, or do they call him up? I mean, it's not a lot of options. You can call him up and do whatever you want with him at that point, or you can run through the rematch, maybe put the belt back on him, but I don't know if that's... I don't know where to go from that.
It's one of those things that makes NXT that much more exciting. The fact that anything could happen on an NXT house show taping, but it also kind of raises the question, are they just going to have, Nakamura and Samoa Joe #fight forever, like be the next, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, which, honestly, I'd be okay with. I mean, I love their matches.
God, yeah.
They're
Maybe space them out a little bit, like, say Joe goes for his rematch and, he comes up short, but because of that, he stays in NXT, stews and he brews and he goes off and does some other stuff for a while, but then they collide again, Don't, have this monolithic number of matches just in a row.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of cool. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see how things turn out. I know that NXT San Antonio is going to be coming up. NXT TakeOver San Antonio. They got that the weekend of the Royal Rumble, so that's going to be interesting in and of itself to see how that goes. But
They should just call it up. They should change the name of these TakeOver specials. If they're going to be putting them before WWE pay-per-view events, they should drop the TakeOver name and go something a bit more honest and call them NXT Upstaged.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
You look about a brand split.
Oh jeez, that'll just take the brand split to a whole new level. Jesus Christ. But that is just awesome. Another thing that we probably should discuss is what happened this past week. We have a new women's champion as well in Charlotte, North Carolina. Sasha Banks regained the women's championship. And, geez Louise, what? Well, first of all, for a lot of people that missed it, they had a regular wrestling matchup, and it ended in a double countout. Mick Foley says, no, 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 that's not how it's going to end. So you guys are going to fight in the main event, and it's going to be a no DQ, no countout, falls count anywhere matchup. Another first, and in all honesty, this was freaking amazing. This was a damn good matchup. And the funny thing about this entire thing was that it didn't end in the ring. It actually ended outside like a regular Falls Count Anywhere match should happen.
Yeah, not every Falls Count Anywhere match has to happen like that, but it's something that should happen more often than not.
Yeah.
If the fall can occur anywhere, or submission, of course, if the finish can occur anywhere, there's a lot of options that you probably can and should take advantage of.
Yeah.
And if you're going to put the women in the main event of Raw, in a title match, in that kind of a situation, might as well have it end somewhere special.
Oh, gosh, yeah. And I think that it happened in the crowd. That was awesome. And then having Ric Flair come back and make his return and basically give some kind of endorsement to Sasha Banks, that was actually pretty cool, in all honesty. And this is definitely building up to something more. The question is, though, do we see Charlotte get a rematch, or is this going to be the last time that we see Sasha versus Charlotte for, I would say, at least 3 months, 6 months at least?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be the last we see of Starlet.
Starlet.
I think it's the last we see of these two facing off for a while. Again, you don't want to take the shine off it too quick.
Definitely no. That would just suck. And plus, in all honesty, this is just going to build up, Sasha versus Bayley at WrestleMania. Which, all honesty, there's a perfect and brilliant way to do it. Hopefully, they do it right. And all honesty, I want to see this rematch. I want to see Sasha versus Bayley again because, all honesty, these two have an unforeseen chemistry that is just indescribable. Because you look at their last two matches at NXT TakeOver Respect as well as NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Jesus Christ, you talk about basically feeling drained. These were probably the top two women's matches almost of all time, almost tying with Lita and Trish on that Monday Night Raw in 2004. Because, jeez Louise, those girls put it all on the line.
Oh God, yeah, they've been absolutely killing it every time. I mean, I will admit there's still issues with character and kind of writing being a little generic, but you can't doubt the quality of their in-ring work, and that, at the end of the day, I love both, but with what they're doing in the ring, I'll take it.
All right, so let's get right into our predictions for the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs event. It is indeed myself defending the title against Mr. Max Beattie, because why not? And because Spencer's hold the title for 144 days, so I think everybody needs a break from that, in all honesty.
Oh God, I can't wait.
His quote-unquote never-ending title reign ended in about almost ended in about a week when we did that best of three there. But all honesty, this is going to be one of those things where this between me and Max, it has to happen because we were the two closest guys in these competitions that it's just like we're going to have our own hashtag fight forever. So enough about that. Let's just get right into it. So kicking off with the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Heath Slater and Rhino defending against the Wyatt family's Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Max, who do you got and why?
Oh boy, well, as many of you might know, the absent on the YouTube did my return this week. In that interim time, I've made good on my promise, and I've been watching SmackDown. And while there's some issues here and there, it is definitely better than Raw. One thing I've definitely been enjoying, surprisingly, has been the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt storyline. And if they really want to take this somewhere, and they really want to make it interesting, they'll have them win. I'm taking the Wyatt family.
I definitely agree. To kind of branch off of that, I thought that when when it reached down in Survivor Series matchup between, I think it was Roman Reigns and Bray and Randy Orton, I'm thinking to myself, oh God, here we go. Here comes the turn where Randy Orton just RKO's Bray, and we see that. But the shocking swerve of him taking the spear from Roman and Bray hitting Sister Abigail, jeez Louise, I was literally, my jaw was literally on the ground and almost surpassing the floor, and would have made it to my downstairs neighbor's place because I was in complete shock of that. Of like, did Randy just, but
It was great. And the best part of this whole thing with the Wyatts is they don't have to necessarily take it to the whole, oh, he's joined the cult, Randy's been drinking the Kool-Aid. They could just have it be, I came back after a pretty lengthy absence, and the first thing that happened was I got the crap beaten out of me by Brock Lesnar. Bray Wyatt, he loses all the time. We hook up as a team, and we win all the time. Yeah, I'm going to stick with this. They could just do that, and it would be fine.
Jeez, yeah. And in all honesty, this could build up to something even better because when I mentioned in my Undertaker's Last Ride rebooking video, I mentioned that the best way to get, this rivalry between Orton and Taker at WrestleMania is definitely have Wyatt and Randy just dominate from now until the Royal Rumble, which I think for a lot of you that listen to that could definitely see that happening now because I was honestly, geez Louise, you have them dominate, have them cost Taker the title at Royal Rumble, which I can practically guarantee is going to happen, and that gives incentive. There you go. And then just have, Taker cost them the tag team titles, maybe have them lose to American Alpha because I think that they long deserved it for a long frickin' time now.
There's so many setbacks there.
Jesus. It's just amazing. But that's for another video that we'll rant on about. Next matchup is a chairs matchup between Kalisto and Baron Corbin. And let me just state also right here that there is no steel stairs match in this event. So thank God for that.
The last thing I needed was another table, ladders, chairs, and stairs. I gotta admit, I hate to be that person. Ladder match has a point. You gotta climb ladder, get the thing to win. Table match has a point. You got to put your opponent through a table in order to win. Chairs match is a no DQ match. Why is this a thing?
I just don't know. It's stupid.
The best thing they can do with this kind of match is, just let them go all out with everything, but just have chairs be the main focus. But they can't do that because then they can't get the ladders and the tables involved because that'll spoil other parts of this card. So I guess be a no DQs match where nobody touches the ladder or the table. I don't know. The Cruiserweight division thing has just not been clicking on Raw. I actually think it would have been a really good idea if they had the changeover and Colton over to SmackDown. That crowd seems like it'd be more receptive. But
I agree.
For me, at this point, the ideal booking would be Kalisto picks up the win, starts making impressive showing, starts booking the cruiserweights. They're kind of like doing these great matches but not getting the respect they deserve, and eventually they jump ship to SmackDown. But I'm going to call Baron Corbin.
You're going to call Baron Corbin? I think I'll take Kalisto on this one just because of the fact that I think Kalisto really does need that major win, and having it over Baron Corbin would actually make sense in a way because honestly, Baron Corbin has cost Kalisto 2 title matches in the last month, so it'd be kind of do justice to have Kalisto, beat Baron Corbin. But I could probably also see Baron Corbin beating Kalisto. All honesty, this matchup, at least 4 matches, was kind of like dead center where it's like, I could see this person win, I could see this person win. It's kind of hard to pick, just one. And this was one of them. I'm like, there's so many ways that they could do this, even though people are saying, oh, great, we get another Baron